Alright, internet, don't let me down now. I'm almost done with my project. I just need to figure out how to apply something. I need something that looks like saliva. Let's see. Saliva for sculpture. No. Another blog. No. Page 2. Never find anything on page 2. Page 3. You got this, page 4. I feel it. Alright. That does it. I guess I'll just go walk up and down the aisles at the hardware store. Sound familiar? Well, fear no more, ladies and gentlemen. a.l.e.x.k.a.i.s.e.r here. Thanks for joining me at the clay table. If you are looking for this rather specific topic, I am here to help. Yeah, I've had a lot of people ask me what I've used, you know, looking at my pictures and seeing the saliva in their mouth. So I just wanted to make a video to make it easier for those who are looking for this information. All right, my artists of the world. So you're working on your piece. It's looking great. You've spent a lot of time, many hours going into it. And maybe you're doing something like an alien or a monster, or it could be so many different things that you can apply, like a nice saliva to, with a a gaping mouth, or I don't know, your creation. But I'm here to try to give you an easy outlet and access to the information that otherwise you have to search for. Sometimes hours and hours and hours of searching. Nobody wants that. Okay, so I have 2 products here. There are more, so these are not the only 2. I'm going to mention, I think, one other one that I've heard of through my research. You have clear silicone. Loctite is the brand. Waterproof sealant. Clear is the purpose that I bought this, because I wanted, again, to replicate saliva. You also have ultra clear. This is a glue. It is not, it says flexible all-purpose waterproof sealant. Okay, so sealant or glue or whatever, but it says clearer than silicone. So this is the most recent one that I used on Venom, which you may or may not have seen, but you're going to. So if you've seen my work, you know that I like making many different types of sculpts, and I have fun with this stuff. So I brought out a few guests, fans maybe, if you will, that I have used them on, and we're going to dive in and take a look at the differences, and I'm going to kind of show you how to apply them. Let's go. Okay, so I brought out a few different guys that I've used this on. Slimer in the middle, the Oogie Boogie on the right, and recently Venom. So use Slimer and Oogie Boogie, both clear silicone. So as you can see, I have a light on as well. It kind of gives a different look in his mouth, but I'm going to go ahead and turn that off so that we can see. Okay, so it is translucent. It's not crystal clear, but it looks pretty good as far as saliva is concerned. So clear silicone. Now when you cut off the tip, try to cut off as little as possible, because you want as little of a strand as possible to come out. So if you cut it here, you're going to get a much thicker consistency, and it's not going to work right. So cut it as high as you can to get a small bead of silicone. Alright, so I'm going to take you over to Venom, which is where the ultra clear, clearer than silicone sealant was used. And now these are a lot smaller. You can still bead it on the teeth like you see here, but these strands, I'm going to try to catch the light, they are very thin strands, and essentially what you're doing is you're just pulling the bead away, and it a strand comes with it because it's very tacky and sticky. And then what you do is you pin it wherever you want it to lie. So I'm going to go ahead and give you an example of that and demonstrate exactly how you use it. And then we also have Oogie Boogie, which again is clear silicone, and just a little bit on his removable tongue there. So yeah, let's go ahead and apply it. All right, let's get some action going here. So I tried to catch the light to where you guys could see this saliva, this adhesive here. So what we're gonna do is I really like the stuff. I think it looks great. So I'm just gonna connect one from his tooth here to his tongue, and let's see if we can catch it on the video. So you can see it coming out here in a second. It's a very small bead. You gotta apply some pressure to get it out. But once it's out, okay, so I'm gonna go from this, oh, come on. All right, I don't know if you can see that, but there is a strand there, and it is so thin. In person, it's just a great detail, but hard to catch it on the camera. You can see some other ones that are a little bit thicker, but it's stringy. And what you do is you just go from whatever, you know, tooth or tongue or gum or lip or whatever, and you just stretch it. And then when you get to your point that you want it to end at, you just pinch it off with your finger or tool or whatever you're using, and it stays there, and it looks amazing. So this is kind of how this stuff works. Very stringy consistency, as opposed to silicone, which is not stringy. So now with silicone, with these two guys, it's a little bit different than what you just saw with the sealant. So this is a lot thicker consistency, as you can see. It's nowhere near like these strands right here. It comes out thicker, and that's just, you know, how sealant or how silicone is. So what you want to do is you want to start from the top and let gravity work. So you're basically going to squeeze out silicone, continue to let it bead, continue to squeeze, continue to squeeze, continue to squeeze, and then meet your end point. And then that's where it's going to essentially secure to, you know, point B. Let gravity do the work. So you start at A, which would be higher on the gums or lips. Apply pressure to your silicone, holding it out, and just let gravity, you know, you're gonna have to continue to squeeze as you move down, because you're gonna see that bead, you know, just continue to come out and fall. So it takes some trial and error sometimes. Sometimes you mess it up and you have to start over, but I mean, there's tons of saliva, if you will, in these tubes. So yeah, have fun with it. So I hope that helped some of y'all out. I had to do a lot of research. I know it sounds so simple to just, you know, assume that these products do that, but I didn't know. So I had to do a lot of research online and look through blogs and through, you know, people who have done it and used it, and it's just not easy information to find. So there's another glue out there that I've heard of sculptors using, and it's called Bostik glue. It is a glue, it's not a silicone, so which means it's similar to this sealant. It's going to be very stringy and hold those small saliva detail strands. So Bostik, you have ultra clear sealant, and you have cleared silicone. Three pretty great products for applying saliva to a sculpt. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am going to get off this video and start working on somebody up there. I don't know if you've seen progress pics on Instagram, but if you haven't, she's coming along, and she's coming along great. So that'll be my first silicone piece. Be on the lookout, stay tuned. Thanks again for watching episode 3 or whatever it is of the clay table. I love you guys. Cheers.